Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Icarus. If you've stuck with us this far through a couple of basic missions, you'll probably know that in this episode we want to try and push on to one of the biomes. So again, I'll show you where that is. We're going through the missions, Olympus obviously, and you can see that having done the first, that's the kind of a tutorial mission, that one, the Beachhead Recon, that's opened up this central live wire terrain scan mission which we did in the last episode, and in doing so we've opened up a star of possibilities. I'm trying to get them all on the screen for you to see. So we could go on to homestead construction. I mentioned we wanted to try and get some building done in the last episode rather than just running around the terrain, but I've been advised by my tutors that a good one to go on to next is the Icestorm Expedition down here. So the Icestorm Expedition sounds a bit frightful, but does have good rewards, and the other two think that we can achieve that. So we're going to disrupt an Arctic storm with experimental technology. Now I'm being informed that this is, or potentially, quite a long mission. I don't think we're going to be able to get it all done in one episode. So we'll see how we get on, but we might end up splitting it up into 2 episodes rather than just trying to rush through it. And I'm also told that because it's a snow biome, we're probably going to be doing a little bit of building. We're going to need some kind of a base to, start off with. So the other thing I wanted to do, if we just come back to here, we do have 125 Ren. The currency is called Ren, which we've got from the last 2 missions. Now we could spend some of it if we go to workshop. So you can see here the first thing we have to open is an envirosuit, and that again opens a tree of possibilities, but it would cost us 75 to make the suit, and I'm informed that it's not actually a very good suit, so we might want to save the 25 crafting. So what we're going to do is we're going to research it. There we go, we've researched, and that now opens up more of the tree. Now I can't zoom out any further, for some reason it won't let me, but you can see it is a massive tree, and if we go down on the tree we get into the different type of suits. I'm also told that this is the better suit. This one you can get away without. Again, if you wanted to unlock it you could, but we don't have enough to research it at the moment, and certainly not enough to make it. If you wanted to make something and you struggle to get food of a normal basis, then you can go over here to the micromeal, and we could afford to both research it and craft a couple. Historically, in the last few episodes I haven't had an issue with food, because this is a meal. Once you've eaten one, it's gone. So don't think I want to do that. I think that's likely going to just be a waste of money. We'll just keep killing wolves and things and we'll get plenty of food anyway. The other items are all tools, and again, whilst I could research them, I couldn't make one, so there's not really much point in researching it. So we're going to leave that as it is for now. So again, like the last one, we're going to go new, missions, Olympus, and then we're going to click on this one.
So, seems the UDA's noticed you. Told Lagos unit to offer you this one direct.
Just let him talk for a minute.
Arctic territory opened up. Whole new zone. Untouched, uncharted, and seriously unsafe. Some wild weather patterns happening in there, which has got Group 15 interested too. Upside is, it pays real good. But it ain't a walk in the park. What do you think?
Okay, so we're going to have to expect some serious weather problems. Obviously it's a cold biome and there are presumably going to be predators around. We're going to go medium difficulty again, and obviously you would be clicking the claim prospect button to continue. Again, I keep saying this because I'm playing this in co-op. Things are likely to be more difficult, animals are likely to be much higher numbers and perhaps more difficult to kill. So what you see us doing is probably not what you'll experience in single player, but it'll give you an idea of how we do it, and hopefully some tips on how you can get around certain problems. At least that's what I'm hoping. So I'm not going to click that button, but it's as if I click that button. I'll just be joining a game that somebody has created. In this case, I think it'll be Tek, and we'll go from there.
Unit want access to new territory, but it ain't gonna be simple. There's heavy weather, freezing temperatures, and God knows what else over there on the ice. And there's more. Group 15's got meteorological tech they want tested up there, but the last storm scattered the drop drones to hell. You need to find them, fix them, set it up somewhere safe, and run a test fire during a storm. Good news is, looks like terraforming threw the region into some kind of storm loop. I told you this one was wild. Check your map for markers, then do what you gotta do.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to Icarus. We've just watched Pawtu coming in for a crash landing in the forest across the water, which was very nice. I didn't gather where Dave was, so I'm just going to check the map. Bear with me 1 second, and also put you two on so that everybody can see.
Hey!
Alright, so yeah, you two are very close together.
Yeah, actually, I'm up here by Pawtu.
So I'm further down.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Down the valley, as it were. And there we see the boxes up on the mountain. Is it just the two?
And then there's the one in the black there, a little bit closer
Undiscovered
to us.
country.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like
Cool.
in the snow.
So yes, welcome back everybody to another episode of us flailing around in the dark, not knowing what we're doing.
It's gonna be fun.
So we've got Tek and Pawtu with us again, who are going to teach me what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, how you should be doing it, and why I'm not doing that. So first of all, just grab a load of resources. There's some very, very big fish in that lake. I'm not sure I want to jump in there. I don't really want soya beans. Oh, coffee beans. Right.
So one thing I'm going to do here a little bit differently is, I know, Hannah, we were saying, as you continue on, you don't seem to have any issues with food, but in the beginning it is a little bit of a pain, and most of the food in this game needing to be cooked is kind of something where you'll see Pawtu and I in a habit that I don't think we really explained, where whenever we get somewhere that we're just going to end up stopping, we pretty much immediately place a fire and start cooking things. Okay. Whether it's the meats or whether it's some of the veggies we pick up, because unlike some other games, eating the raw veggies is actually bad for your health. I think you do, actually improve your food bar, but you take some kind of a debuff. I forget what it is.
All right.
Versus an actual buff if you're eating the cooked stuff. So anyways, that was one thing I was just going to kind of point out, and I've already lit a fire here right where we started just to cook up the few little veggies I have.
Well, fortunately, I was right next to some watermelons, so that's given me a head start. But historically, you will notice in last episodes I have been eating raw pumpkin, so maybe that's something I need to stop doing.
Yeah, like you say, it kind of helps to keep your food up. Certainly, don't be eating raw meat
Yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
But yeah, I would if you can only eat stuff that's cooked. Besides, like you said,
Yeah.
the watermelon
Okay. Yeah.
and our good old favorite berries.
I've only seen one berry bush so far. Then what's that? Wild gorse.
Funny, sometimes they're everywhere, and sometimes you're at a loss. It's like fiber in subsistence.
Yeah, although I've never actually understood that. I think fiber takes a couple of days in subsistence. Like the first day, you might find you're struggling to find it, but if you can get through to the second day, usually it's all over the place. Right, let me stitch some of this fiber. I don't need all of that. And we got stone and sticks. I think we probably do need those. Don't need that. Don't need that. Stick those down there. And something goes charging past me. What that was?
That was probably
Sorry.
me.
No, it was chamois or something.
Sorry, I knocked a tree over towards someone there. That was very rude of me. Pawtu, was that?
I don't know, probably.
Hopefully it didn't fall on your head. This game is
Nah.
actually... that can happen. Or you can knock them over and they fall on your own head.
One of those. Something else goes running past me. Now I'm going to need stone knife to start with.
This
More stone.
creature.
Stone, stone, stone.
So this one we are going into the snow biome, correct?
Yes.
We are. Yeah, it looks like we've got that on the map. It's 2 markers in the snow and then one that's in the fog right now.
Oops.
Okay, well that's fantastic.
You stay away from that wolf.
Oop.
Wolf right next to my pod there. That's not good. That's what happened in my first ever experiment with Icarus when it first came out. I think it was in the beta. Well, that buffalo's looking at me funny. My pod landed and I saw a wolf walk past my door as soon as it landed. And I thought, well, I'll just wait for the wolf to go. So I waited a few minutes and I thought, well, presumably the wolf has now gone. Jumped out of my pod and got eaten by the wolf. And that kind of put me off Icarus right there and then. I did carry on playing for a little while and I set up a little bit base and all the rest of it, but the direction of what I should be doing next and why was not really apparent. It was just like, here you are, here's your world, go get on with it, and I really had no idea what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, sometimes they almost seem intentionally vague in terms of really telling you what's happening to try to, add to the surprise. Oops, wolf. But it does make it hard when you don't know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just noticing on this one, my mistake. Usually I take it for granted that we start in the middle of the morning, but in this case we're already at evening time here, so we
I think we should
can probably think
overnight down by the lake here. That's probably the safest place. There's lots of deer and a couple of wolves. Yeah, we're not really going to be able to get anywhere before it's dark, so just move my torch into there, my bandages up to there, and I need to find some stone.
Now, I will say I did notice in the recent patch for this week, it seems like they did a number of updates, but in the new weather system that we had last week, there was a glitch. They almost did a... Oh, that's why I don't have your stream on mute. I was wondering why I was hearing your hacking there. Anyways, sorry. So they had an issue where the storms were much more severe than intended, and in the past than they ever had been, because of the new algorithm or whatever they had done to program in this new forecasting system. And so I mean, that's kind of a relief because if you recall, we basically entered and had immediately had
Yes.
a storm. So that must have been a part of that glitch, and they've now supposedly
Oh,
fixed
good.
it.
Yeah, because that was quite harsh. I mean, I know they were only rainstorms, but we had a good couple of storms that both times I think I dug into a rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they were coming in, and that was the severity and the frequency of them was both much higher than it was supposed to be.
I hear animals everywhere.
And another thing I was going to point out is if you see some of this yellow node, it's similar to the oxide, those clumps of veins or whatever you want to call them of some of this ore.
That's sulfur. Yeah.
Yeah, sulfur is a good one. You don't need to pick up a lot, but I highly recommend teching into the next level of torch, the one called the wood rag torch. In the beginning for us, we kind of didn't do that, and we kept using the cloth one. Not the wood torch not the wood rag one. Anyways, much brighter, much nicer to have. So I highly recommend if you come across some sulfur, just grab 8 of it. That's all you need for your first torch, and that's the torch I'd always recommend trying to get to. I think you might have to be level 5 for it though. So
as Pawtu goes charging past me on a mission.
Yeah, looking for stuff for fur.
Stuff for fur. Well, there was a wolf hanging around here a minute ago.
Yeah, I have
torch
4.
on.
Yeah, I took him out.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, all right, I killed that rabbit on the run.
Very good.
Oh yeah, here, check this out. Mozo, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Look at my side.
Your side. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, poor rabbit. Put him out of his misery.
Oh, that's another thing. It's tempting to go after these rabbits as I look at one right now, but they do not provide much.
No, they don't.
I
I mean, they'll give you like soft meat, which will help with your buffs if you want to have an extra prime meat kind of thing. But otherwise, like 1 fur is about all they give. And not
what
much
about
bone.
baby deer? They any good?
They don't give you much either.
Yeah, they kind of intentionally don't give you much.
Oh, we're out of stamina. Can I pick it up? No. Right, I just had 2 slashes of that deer with my knife, but didn't get it. Right, I'm coming over to your fire. I think rather than doubling up on using up resources, I think it makes sense just to be in one place.
Yeah, alright, how am I doing? Still only 7 for Pawtu. I think we're definitely going to end up having to do our sneaky trick this time.
A very, very good possibility.
Shove that in there first of all. So,
I have 11 fur.
make that. Stone arrows. Ugh.
I have 7.
Do I need fiber, really?
Mozo, do you have some fur?
No, not yet. No, that's why I was trying to get the deer, but can't believe I need fiber. I've been throwing away hundreds and hundreds of it.
Oh crap!
You have some fur attacking you.
Yeah. There's a sleeping bag right there.
Right? Exactly. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and do it for both of us.
Let's see, I got 24.
Stone arrows.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we're just going to end up doing it for both of us.
So I'll make this bed. We need a shelter.
Yep, making it right now.
Sweet. Okay. I'll keep looking for fur. I got 1 bed made.
Yeah, let's
I've got a bow now, so just making arrows.
Hey, level 9, wow.
And there's me still on level 6.
Yeah, I went up in level as well.
So here's where, yeah, you don't even need posts in a simple one like this. And we'll just build the last wall when we get in it. All right, Pawtu, I think we're ready for you.
I'm busy.
Oh, let me cook some of this meat here.
That was an attempt at a long-range shot to save Pawtu.
Holy cow, that
Yeah.
was resilient.
Yeah, he didn't want to die, did he?
No, he wanted to kill me though.
Hopefully that'll make a warm sleeping
He
bag.
was close. Alright, I got 7 more.
Okay. Well, I have 7.
Of course, I have to go eat some food because, well, you know, that wolf decided he wanted to take several bites.
And I will say, I was looking back, and I am quite amazed so far that we have all 3 survived everything that we've been through so far.
Don't say it like that.
Well, I say that because it's actually really not that big of a deal if you die. If you are solo, it can have bigger impact, but it's not too consequential. Like, there's no death run or anything like that where, you know, it times out and you lose all your gear.
Okay, how many furs did you say you got?
I have 7.
I have
so,
11.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Just 11 after those wolves and everything?
Well, I had 24, so I had 4 already, and then I got 6 more, and I must have had another one somewhere.
Oh, but you have
Need
1
all
bed
of
already.
that.
Yep, I got 1 bed.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
over there.
All right, Mozo, I think we are ready
All
for
right,
you.
okay. I'm just chucking out some of this stuff that I've been picking.
It'd be nice if I had 1 more
More
for...
stone.
Well, I got the old 11, so anybody
Yeah. I've got 7, so we need 2 more, I mean.
How much you got, Mozo?
Sorry. Oh, I just picked up everything I chucked out. I was wondering what all that stuff was on the ground. It's like, oh, I chopped away this stone, and there's all this stuff buried underneath it. And it's like, no, it's all the stuff I've just chucked away. I just picked it back up again.
And I'm just remembering oxide too. If you're mining it, obviously it's handy to have a good amount of that, and it's great for experience too. You know, 30 to 60 per chunk of
I'm
that.
just making sure I've got some stone on me for like arrows and things. Though once I do start killing stuff, obviously I'll go up to bone, but at the moment I'm on stone.
Any of my buffs going.
Where are we? Inventory, get that in there. Or I run out of oxygens.
So when you pick it up, it'll just leave an overflow bag
Yeah.
there, Mozo, of just whatever was in the fire.
Figured.
That's the way that works.
Saved your life, Mozo.
Thank you. I wondered what you were shooting. I kind of was watching Dave doing his building, and then you were right in front of me in frame shooting. And I thought, well, I'll just stand still and get the animation of you pulling your bowstring back. And
Yeah, I am so used to my fast bow that these things are
Yeah.
slow. I got enough to make another bed myself, so how many beds do we have to have?
we've got 1 down. We need 1 for each of us. So.
Yeah. If we can. I have 16. You have what?
I can give you another 2 fur. That's all I was able to.
Well, okay.
Alright, here, I got 1 more fur.
1 more.
Crafting.
So you need
Bone
another fur.
arrows require. What do they require?
What the hell?
I think you might need to extract some revenge on me for that.
I have to.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll take my punishment.
Well, take your arrow first.
Get the girl out of my face.
Okay, there we go.
I'll get you when you're leaving back.
Here, no, take me out. Let's show him the trick.
Oh, okay. Let me
Okay,
stand in the
alright.
fire.
That's what you want. If that's what
Hang
you
on.
want.
Let me get
Yeah,
it. Let me
I
get
insist.
it in frame. There we go.
Alright, are we ready?
Alrighty.
So much for team members, huh?
Okay.
Savage.
All right, go sleep.
Oh,
Otto.
okay. Can't I steal all his stuff first?
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
Right. So that one.
All right.
And we're awake.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you missed it there, but he just
Oh,
quickly
yep, I did.
revived me, and now I'm back
Right.
up. Oh, look at that! I did not even take an XP hit. Oh no, because I didn't revive. That's right.
Yeah, you didn't
Never mind,
revive yourself.
So everything is fine. The only thing that happens is usually your oxygen water goes down, but even that didn't go down on
Oh,
me. So
okay.
it was a pretty plain and simple. If somebody else can revive you, it's easy peasy. If not, I would have taken an XP hit back to the beginning of the level
Right.
I'm at. So like level 9 here, I would be like if I had to revive in the bed, instead of him coming up and
Right.
reviving me, I would be reset to the
Gotcha.
beginning of it.
Okay.
So if you're almost about to break a new level, you take a really big impact. If you just upgraded to the next level, then your impact wouldn't be
Gotcha.
too much.
Haha. You started it, I finished it.
Nice. Well, I wonder, shall we start venturing towards the first pickup point?
I think we should if we're ready. I mean, large deer, apparently.
I think I see a little forest, so I think we'll be able to stay out of the snow for now, and it could end up being a good place to set up a more in-depth base where we can start to really prepare ourselves for this.
Sorry.
Because I'm looking there and I see a little bit of a snow. I was trying to zoom.
I couldn't
put a
resist.
snow
I'm
entrance
sorry, I
point
couldn't
there.
resist. Poor little bunny. How do I
No subsistence.
how do I drop it?
Hit G and hit Q.
Oh, I see. It's in the G menu. I got you.
Yeah. Or I think you can drag and drop it too, I believe.
G.
Oh yeah, you might be able to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of running around with dead carcasses on my belt. That's we'll just get whatever resources it's got, and that'll do. Oh, one fur, strangely.
Oh.
Alrighty. Oh God, see, I told you there was animals everywhere. I'm being followed by a wolf.
Yeah, there is.
I have no idea where we're going, so I'll just head towards the red thing.
Oh, Bear Central too.
Ah,
Yeah, this little narrow alley I remember has a bear usually.
super.
I think Moses should go run around in there.
I would really love to. The problem is I forgot to bring my coat.
I think he'll get a feel for it here, but we do need a base, I think, to start.
You should go around and
When
just
terraforming went
go
south,
play in there.
the temperature up here didn't just drop. It went into free fall. It's a completely different world
Yeah,
now.
that's quite cold.
Weather never recovered. It's just one big rolling storm. Legos and
Kind of
teams
just
think
having a
they're
look
too
at the
big to
resources.
do
I'm
something
guessing there's
about
going to be
that.
different resources and
But
things here.
expect the
So
unexpected,
we've got
because
oxygen, I think
no
that's
one's
sulfur.
sure what the hell's
You
happening
can
in
pick
the
up
Arctic.
you can pick up snow too and get water out of
Oh,
it.
right, okay, that's handy.
But you have to be a little higher level to actually make it
Oh,
worth your
right. I
time.
was going to say, it probably gives you brain freeze or something, does it?
You got to put it over the fire or in a water
Right.
catch.
Well, so far it just looks like a cold version of... Well, obviously there's not as much fibre lying around, but...
Okay, you should come back because here's a bear. Holy crap!
uh,
Oh, he saw me. Oh, my bow's gonna die. Dave, take him.
Oh boy, you're right here.
Yeah.
okay, I'm out of stamina.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ow.
there's a big bear in the middle of the thing there.
Yeah, my bow's gonna die.
Ah. All right.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't get much, but I got the final shot.
Hey,
Go on,
save
bear,
me.
chase that deer. There's nothing happening here. Nothing for you to worry about. Yeah, you can groan all you like, but I don't exist.
What the-
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go get some water.
And just come out. Oh, there's a wolf. Just come out of the cold biome and it hits me with a storm. Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a little base if you need.
Just trying to get
I wonder
around
how
that
come you
wolf.
can't just, look up and open your mouth and get water. That'd be so handy.
Right.
Oh, there we are. Okay. It wasn't so bad. Just a bit cold, a bit nippy. At worse, I live in Wales. Do you want me to harvest this bear, or are we just leaving it there for the carcass to decay?
I might as well. Yeah. He has resources.
Okay.
So this here, Mozo, look at this. This is a deep mining deposit behind you.
All right.
If you look at it, it tells you it's aluminum.
Yeah.
So we can't do anything with it now. You can't whack it. There's some devices later down the road that you can craft and put on top of it that will basically drill into
All
it.
right.
Anyways, I just thought I'd point that out. They're sort of scattered around the world.
Okay. Right. So we have a wonderful little hut here.
One downside to some of these little streams, if you are not a host, for some reason, you can't drink from them. You have to get a bigger body of water. But if you're hosting, you can drink
Okay.
from them.
Right.
It's kind of weird.
What have I got that I... Oh, I don't need that. I did get some sulfur. You just stick that in there. Yeah, you said to get sulfur because... Was it the wood torch?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's a really good one. It's just much brighter, I feel.
Alright, I cannot craft a suture.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Stick that in there.
Definitely not going to be the first time that's
One
happened.
of those.
Hey, level 10!
Nice crafting.
I'm level 7. So one thing I could do now, I guess, is use your little trick. If I go to bone arrows, yeah, I can make a reasonable amount of bone arrows. So I'm going to destroy all my stone arrows and craft a load of bone arrows. Oh, having said that, I do need to repair that.
Some of these beds.
And we'll stick that in there instead of that one. And I'm going to destroy that one. And those. Okay. So. I'm just going to sit here in the comfort of... I didn't pick my bed up, did I?
I think I grabbed it.
In the comfort of this wonderful mansion that you've built in the country. So one thing I do notice, obviously there's no official team. Now I know we're playing co-op, so you could say, well, if you're co-oping, then you could argue that you should all be on the same team anyway. But we haven't created any clans or factions or teams or anything like that. And yet I can still open doors that you've placed. So... Is that just a normal open world kind of thing? Like if you were playing on a server?
It is in this. If somebody's in your world, they have access to everything.
Even on a server?
So there are no kind of bases or locks. Yep, correct. So you can put passwords on the servers and things like that. But yeah, they're open general servers probably, probably aren't a big thing because of that. It's a good point. Probably is just small groups of friends.
Interesting, because I know they've just not long moved to, was it decentralization? You know, with the introduction of the ability for anyone to run their own server. as opposed to having to jump on the official servers. So it seems a bit strange that they didn't introduce some form of either a clan system or a team separation system.
Yeah, it is really. No, I know, and they even in the open world they have a different mission structure where there's this post that you create that you can kind of look on a mission board and pick one kind of almost like a bounty board in the game. But if you craft multiple of those boards, everybody is synced together, so only one can be in, going at a single time, and everybody on the whole map will show it on their screen as, that's the mission that we're currently doing, kind of thing.
Yeah, seems a bit counterintuitive. All of my experience with running servers and did you get that deer I just sent over your way? He ran past you, I think.
No, I must have missed it.
Yeah, all my experience is like, if you're going to do multiplayer, you need to have factions or clans or something, because otherwise, you've gone to. Oh, he's gone behind a rock. You've gone to all that trouble to set up your base, and then somebody wanders in. There we go. Yeah, somebody wanders in and just takes it all. So. Seems very odd to me that that's not a thing.
Yeah, I think the game really is much more of a co-op focus versus sort of they knew they do call it open world, but it's certainly still like a co-op open world. And
so they're keeping it intentionally as a. It's not a multiplayer game. It's not like you'd have an open world and 2 teams or 3 teams playing against each other.
Yeah, it really isn't. No, there really isn't much versus. And I haven't, we play around with the arrows, with the combat system. And then there's guns and things too, certainly. But I wouldn't say it's a really robust combat system for that type of thing.
Dave, can you make a suture?
Yeah, I was actually remembering that just as you're standing here.
I don't know why.
So how do we want to do this base here? Certainly we're going to build out and should make this crafting bench for us if we feel.
I don't know how
much
much of a base we need. Like, do we need a large size? Is there going to be infrastructure in it, or is this just a safety zone for us?
Well, I think the big thing that we're needing is fur armor for all of us. So certainly kind of running around and hunting is going to be a thing, I think, for us to do a better... we could run into the snow, but we're just going to survive a lot better. It gets pretty hairy, because if you get too cold, then you start to slow down, and if you're slow and in the cold, obviously that's not good. So just this level 10 here, brings open a lot of different things. So there's a textile bench that's different than the main bench. We'll probably, I would recommend a small 2-story building, and we can kind of show how the roof pieces work and, what you can and can't do a bit in the game. But, I don't know if you want to, experiment with some of it too, if you want to see how it's started and kind of, we can start it and then continue to expand as we actually build out the benches, but...
Oh, really can't make a lot of those arrows, can I?
Currently. I am low on water, though, so I need to figure that out, and then, obviously, with the crafting bench, we need to get our rain
just
catcher.
pop up and grab some snow.
Yeah, I know.
That
does work in the rain catcher.
Is the snow, you have to have a canteen of some kind, whether it's the leather bladder
or
you make a canteen in the fire as well. So yeah, you can't just pick it up and eat it. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it would make life so much easier. I'm desperately trying to catch up with all you with your experience. But I think I'm on the loser.
Yeah,
the biggest thing is because we're experienced and we're doing the stuff. We're killing a lot more.
Yeah, I think the number of shots, I mean, you know, just like you have in subsistence, if you can get all your animals in one shot, you're just a much more efficient at your, you know, all you're accomplishing in a day versus if you're having to keep, you know, chasing one rabbit over and over. Water critical. Let's hope the stream works. Hey, it does for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find some water as well.
I'll be back one second.
Just chuck these, found some pumpkins, so I'll chuck them on the fire.
And the one thing I'll point out, if you're looking at food right now, that's nice is you see how they do degrade and, you know, over time they do spoil.
Oh, I think I just ate a raw one.
The system that I like here is if you eat it, it resets that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
rather than continuing.
I think I just chose the wrong one and I ate the raw carrot, not the cooked carrot. But,
Yep. Well, that's a good. It'll show you what your debuff is. You can kind of see what it did. I think it's that little 42-second bowl.
right. Raw food,
And
slight
what is
health
it?
boost, consumes 1 space in stomach, plus 30 maximum health. That is.
Oh, it does actually do a positive. Okay, never mind.
And barbecued carrot consumes 1 space in stomach, 75 maximum stamina. So it's basically it's just not. Oh, that's maximum health. So if it's raw, it's plus 30 maximum health. If it's cooked, it's plus 75 maximum stamina. Interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting.
Right. Where did you find water? Just back down the hill a bit.
Yeah, there was a stream if you want. Or, you know what? There's a cave much closer. Should we show you the cave, or that might get a little hairy?
Well, I'll let you kill the worms.
Sure. Yeah, then let's do that. I remember there's one kind of down this way. In the end of this valley somewhere. So usually they're along the sides. They look like kind of an indent into the rock.
Yeah, I passed one on the way up here. There's a fair,
random arrow in a tree.
fair way away. Oh, stamina's a thing.
Yeah, it's probably my arrow.
It definitely wasn't my arrow, because when I was shooting at Dave, he was in the other direction. I mean... Did I say that?
That's what was waving by my ear.
Would I do something like that? Yes.
Oh yeah, I think it is all the way
The
down
stream
here.
probably would have been closer then, yeah?
Probably at this point. Forgot that it's... But we do need to collect our mission item. How close are we to that? We're really not far from that too.
should be
Let's
right
do that
around
after we get water.
I can hear everybody picking all this rubbish up as they run past, like experience, 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 and I'm always forgetting. It's like I don't need fiber. Right? Why would I pick fiber? I don't need fiber.
Oh, this one's neat. It has like some light coming in from above.
I feel redundant. I feel totally redundant. Oh, I think I just got brain freeze. No, I got dysentery.
Oh no! Out of this one, really, and I didn't. That's
What
so funny.
do I do about it? Just wait for it to time out, or can I
Yeah.
treat it or anything?
No inventory for this. Unfortunately, yeah, there might be, I think, some things that you can craft, like different food sickness treatments, but I don't tend to do that. I think it just makes you your food buffs disappear much faster. So you can see iron here. You get a ton of experience mining the iron.
Yeah, I was
You may not be able to. Some of the higher level ones you can't do it with just your stone pickaxe.
just looking at that. I'm not getting anything off aluminium.
Yeah, yep, I think so. Copper and, which is this one, and iron. Yeah.
Yeah, iron definitely gives. Let me try that again. So it doesn't actually
Yeah.
say you.
And it may be.
No, I'm definitely not getting any off that.
That's the stone behind it, but I think you were getting this iron here.
Yeah, I could see the experience going up with the iron, but it didn't with the aluminium, so...
Yeah.
And yeah, copper works as well. Even though I can't get to it.
Yeah.
Oh, stamina, stamina, come back. Where are you, stamina? Oh yeah, dysentery. I forgot about that. So we don't actually need this iron and copper, I'm guessing. It's,
the iron we might actually use. Because we could start making some iron pickaxes and things like that too. We'll actually be building, you know, a fair amount of stuff. Iron tends to be a fairly commonly needed thing in this game, for sure.
but not...
So we are, you know, level 10, we're already able to start using
not
iron.
the copper, though.
I think there's a couple things with copper. There's not a lot, but it's,
Okay.
you know, if you have room, sure. Probably will become over encumbered in weight fairly soon here, but that's okay. We all have each other. We can protect each other coming out.
Yeah, so do I need to keep sulfur now that I've got the wood torch? Does it burn it?
Not really, no. You know, it doesn't burn it that. It'll just eventually, you have to craft a new one once it burns
so we
out.
can find that anyway then. Okay. So
Yeah,
keep the
absolutely.
leather, keep the bones, definitely. A little bit of wood, some sticks, some fibre, a bit of stone. Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, this is one of the few missions where we are going to be keeping as much of the fur as we can, just because of the armor that we need to be working towards.
Yeah. Well, I seem to have 36 fur at the moment, so...
There you go.
Now, you're chopping wood. Is that because we require wood, or is that because you require experience?
I'm getting some for the base that we'll be doing here.
Okay.
So, I just figured why not, if you're doing the... There you are. Alright. If you finished up there, I will say now I'm encumbered, so maybe I'll drop a little bit out. There we go. Now I can run.
Ah, damn it. If I'd have done that slightly earlier, I could have got you.
I know. Too quick for you. Alright, well, we could go get our first device component if we want on our way back.
Just finish this tree off. Might as well.
Oh. Uh-oh. Thank you. Seeing arrows coming in from all directions. And the buffalo needs a stronger knife, so you'll see it won't let you harvest the buffalo.
Oh, right. Okay.
Too thick a skin, essentially. Yeah.
Ah, interesting. So, did you kill it, or did the wolves kill it and you killed the wolves?
I killed it, and I think they started being attracted to the carcass. Right. So they may still keep coming if there's more wolves in the valley.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Because don't we need the bone?
Yeah, we do. Need their fur. And that's another reason we can get the iron knives, because then we'll actually get more fur every time we kill something. So all the more reason that, you know, as soon as you can start upgrading these weapons, the better.
Just take the raw meat off my hotbar. I don't want to risk eating that.
We're getting close to our second night here.
So
at least we've got our 3
where
beds.
exactly are we in relation to where we need to be?
So I think normally these things, they like to put them at the top of cliffs. So if you come over to the right is where you can come around the cliff and get up, I think is the easiest. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a funny kind of jump thing on this game. It's like you go to jump and you can't jump and move forwards. You have to be moving forwards first and then jump. Bit of a funny thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Anybody that plays it, it's very much the same in Space Engineers.
Okay.
Okay, so here's our box. Supply crate.
Just sitting here in the middle of the valley.
It's like
Must have fallen from space.
Yeah. So we got space technology, and we're running around with stone tools and bow and arrow. Yeah. Yeah. I want my laser pistol. Why can't I have a laser pistol?
It is very strange. Running
Okay,
with the
so
stone tools.
interact, and there is a device component element from an experimental Larkwell-Martinez device. So I grab that, presumably, and put it on my G-bar,
Yeah.
do I? Or
I think you can just put it in your inventory.
Okay.
I want to say some of these components just anywhere. No,
so retrieve.
it reappeared immediately.
Retrieve device component number 2.
Yeah, so did that? No, it didn't disappear from the map, but yeah, now we have 2 more, and those are the 2 in the snow biome. So,
Yeah, so we have to go up that little snow biome alleyway thingy. I might as well put that a bit further up, actually, and follow it round. And if you didn't want to travel through the snow so much, maybe we could we go? Yeah, we could go all the way round this mountain and then up on the other side. But
yep.
but we're here, so we won't. And clearly the game wants us to come this way, which is why I put the component here.
Seems like it, yeah.
I have no idea where the base is.
I'm looking.
We're over here somewhere. There we go. Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm thinking about it, I put a ping on
I
there.
put a blue,
Pawtu's
put a
gonna
blue
ping it.
ping on the snow valley, which is where we're headed. So I
Yeah.
knew the base was kind of close to that. So okay.
Alrighty.
I did grab some more pumpkins. Well, a pumpkin. Stick that on the queue. There's no room for that. That can go on the queue. So I'll grab the carrot out of there, and I'll just stick that white meat in there.
Yeah, we can grab all this cooked stringy too, might as well.
Oh, inventory, spoiled meat, don't need that. Barbecue carrot, might as well
Alright.
consume that.
Shall we sleep and then I can start working on the base?
Sure. Just doing a bit of inventory management, because I'm pretty poor at that. I want to make sure I keep,
I
you
know.
know, you've got to sort of keep some stuff, because you need some stuff, but then I end up keeping all the stuff, and then I don't need all the stuff, so now my inventory's just full of stuff I don't need. So I have no idea how much of any of that I'm going to need. I'll just keep it anyway. Okay, so jump into bed.
Alright.
That was a very quick night's sleep. And who was it? Pawtu. Did you mess your bed up? You got spoiled meat on your pillow.
Yeah, alright. Couldn't help it.
Alright. Do this.
How do I... I'm very close to level 8, actually, but obviously I need to get up to level 10. Is there a trick now for doing that I can...
You know, just chopping down trees and not collecting them is a pretty quick way. You get 300 a pop. Well, hunting really does end up being one of the biggest ones, but they're right behind you now. Or, sorry, that's Pawtu. We've got our first crafting bench. I'm gonna make ourselves one of those lights as well.
Yeah, I was going to, but I don't have any more hit points.
Okay. Do you have, I did the rain catcher
There we go.
and an oxide dissolver.
I do have both of those.
Okay, I have I'll do the oxide dissolver.
Get rid of some of this.
That. There we go.
I was going to make up the furnace as well.
Yeah, go for it. So you're gonna start seeing things appear pretty quick here.
Right.
Mozo,
Okay. Well,
and,
I've just got level 8, so I'm just trying to get some XP going. I am unfortunately getting over encumbered all the time. Doing a bit of deforestation, getting some oxide, and
yeah, and now at this point, any oxide you have, just go ahead and bring it back to the base versus putting it in your suit, because we now have a way of doing it much more efficient.
Okay. That's not going to help if we're not at the base, though, is it?
True. Well, if you need oxygen, of course.
Oh, yeah, now this is an oxidized thingy, what's it? A dissolver. Okay, so...
Yeah, and so then these oxygen bladders will hold oxygen, and they are much more efficient in how much oxide it is, you know, for the amount of time it takes.
Oh, what? So we take one of those with us and put it in our suit, is that what you... instead of the raw oxide. Got you. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go grab myself some ice now.
Okay, so you've made a storage crate, so I can stick this iron and copper in there. Are we collecting the fur and things together in one place, or how's that working?
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And the leather.
There's a bear.
Going on me.
Oh, I've got... Dave, can you make a bandage?
Yeah.
I mean, dive from the bear first and then make one.
I've got bandages if you need one, Pawtu.
Yes, please. Since I can't, for some reason, I can't make it.
Split stack. I can't remember how you do one. I'll just split stack a couple of times. There we go.
Alt,
Yeah.
I think it is.
Couldn't remember. Just split it a couple of times. I only had 4 anyway, so...
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So another tip, you may not need it, but once we now start to have a lot more cooked meat ready to go, especially the plain cooked meat, that's not a bad one to keep in your hotbar, and you can just tap that and consume it. So here I'm putting ice now in this
Sorry,
reservoir.
what you say?
Can't I do that?
Plain cooked meat, just ordinary cooked meat. Cook
Yeah.
cooked white meat.
And if you
cooked
put it in your
meat,
hotbar,
cooked meat.
Yep.
Okay. Can't split it.
You can take that whole stack and just
Oh,
drop
right,
it in
okay.
one of your hotbars, and that way, if you're getting in an attack, each time you consume one of those, it recovers maybe 20% of your health.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can just keep eating meat if you're in the middle of the heat of things and about to die.
Okay. So there's no advantage to splitting the meat stacks on the fire so that they cook simultaneously, presumably. Like so some games, if you
No.
split the stacks into multiple stacks, it's like if you want rotten meat
Right.
and it's only the top one that rots, so you split it into multiple stacks and then the top one of multiple stacks rots, so you get rotten meat quicker. So I'm guessing
yeah,
there's no
exactly.
benefit to doing that in the fire.
No,
Okay.
not in this one.
Okay. So is there a bladder? Is
And
there a
then-
bladder I should take now, or should I keep on oxide for now?
Yeah. No, I would take the bladder and use that going forward, and now all the oxide, I would just bring it into the base.
Okay. So
Raw.
let me put the oxide in there. Take that. And do it that way. Okay. Right, fine. Breathing out of a sheep's bladder. That sounds about appropriate.
And
Yep.
if you need any buffs or anything, we've got all of our cooked good meats and things.
Right.
By all
Okay.
means.
Chop that. I actually don't need sticks. I'm not going to chop those. Just going to deforest this area so that all you environmentalists out there can get upset. See if we can kill the chamois with a tree. Ooh. I'm getting stuck in my own debris here. Now I can't see the deer because there's fallen trees everywhere.
Odd how
Yeah.
that works.
Didn't get the headshot. Wow, these deer are tough, aren't they?
And if I missed saying it, now that we have this rain catcher, I did go grab some ice and put it in there. And so now anytime you need water, you can just walk up to that and you can either you can drink
I
directly
did
from
discover it.
There you go.
There we go.
And as soon as you have your first rainstorm, that thing fills up. You can never run out at that point. It'll fill up much faster than you'll ever drink it. So that's a nice thing to craft early on, once you get again to that level 10. So you will see, I just think it's a totally different game sometimes, the pre-level 10 versus, you know, once you reach that and now have all these crafting.
Well, definitely seems to be, because, as I say, previous episodes, all we've done... Oh, where's my mouse cursor gone? There it is. All we've done is sort of run around, and, you know, there's not been any, what I would term, progression taking place. Now I've got a wolf. Ow. Oh. Why am I still in stealth mode? That doesn't make sense. Wolf ate my carcass.
Alright, I've killed 50 creatures.
Ah. Okay. Knife broken. Sorry, do you want me to give you the stone?
Sure. You can put it in the crafting bench if you want to.
I haven't even seen the crafting bench. Oh, yes. Benches.
Yeah. And then, what I also want to do is in the bottom left of this crafting bench that I'm looking at, go ahead and take that bow.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just chucking all the stuff in. Hang on. You know...
And I would just go ahead and destroy the wood bow that you currently have.
Right. I'm not deliberately not putting the fur in there. You want the fur in the box, presumably?
The fur in this little textile bench to the left is where we're starting to... I was putting the fur.
Okay. Fur, and I'll keep the bone on me for arrows and things. No. The bow. Okay. Right. Longbow.
So,
lovely.
Yeah. I think you will find a night and day difference now with that bow. And like that deer that you were shooting, you would have had that in one shot.
Destroy that one.
Dave, did you pick up the anvil?
No, I did not.
What the heck? Why didn't it make it?
Might have ran out of room.
No, I can't make that either. What the heck?
The game just doesn't like you, Pawtu.
Yeah.
I made the furnace just fine.
Weird. Have you played this game before and tried running some mods, maybe?
I do have a mod thing, and that's probably what I tried the mod thing, and that didn't...
It sounds like you know, when you were saying you're looking in the fire at some meat, and it was showing you it was a chemistry bench and that sort of thing. That's the kind of thing a mod would change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna uninstall the mod stuff because it didn't really work for me like I wanted anyway.
Well, we can explore while we do some hunting, perhaps. See if we can't find another cave.
Well, I'm just gonna stand on top of this rock and admire your handiwork, because I actually did nothing to contribute. But I think we've reached a point now where we've got the first device. And you're getting the, what would you call this base? This is like a base camp, forward operating center. I don't know what name you'd give to it. But this, as you can see on the map, is right at the base of this very long snow biome run. Now, we obviously do need to be prepared to go up there. You saw when I ran up there earlier, it gets very cold very quickly. And I'm pretty sure if I'd have stayed up there, especially if there'd been a storm, I would have been in trouble. We also did see what looked like a bit like a polar bear, only he was brown. He looked quite nasty. So there's going to be other predators and things up there we need to prepare for. But we're off to a good start, and we're far enough in now. I think we should maybe call this an episode, and we'll call this part 1, and then I think probably just off camera we're going to run around and get some more iron and bits and pieces. But just in terms of how far we've got, I think we're getting there, and in the next episode hopefully we'll be able to finish this mission off. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you everybody for watching, and please come back, see how we get on with the rest of this mission in the next episode. Take care now. Bye bye.
Yeah, take care. Thanks.